If Patagonians would only appreciate each other's beauty without jealousy, the race would grow young again, and the mission of his ever-increasing band of youth was nothing less than the rejuvenation of man. Welcome back to CK3 After the End. I'm Walker, and here we are about to play La Banda Juventud, La Vital Felizardo, El Niño que no quiso crecer. So for those of you who don't speak Spanish, this is the boy who didn't want to grow up. In a certain sense, there's a little bit of Peter Pan-ness to him, but there's also a little bit of Muad'Dib-ness to him. But in this case, this character is actually based off of a piece of literature from the 1930s where there's a post-apocalyptic scenario, and youth start to emerge in Patagonia and press like a very dramatic change onto the world. And in this case, this dramatic change means that we have this flicker of youth bonus / penalty, wherein the older you get, the more penalties you get towards your piety and your prestige. And we're going to be playing this character as the Lion of Winter, because down here in Patagonia, I'm going to put a link down below to the lore for Patagonia. But Patagonia is a colder region. There's a powerful anticyclone that pulls up air from Antarctica and onto the Patagonian territories down here. But La Vital Felizardo, despite the fact that now he has grown up, despite his best wishes, he still has the resources necessary, especially our military strength, to hopefully found the Empire of Patagonia here. All we really need is gold. But, of course, La Vital Felizardo's problems are not going to start and end with military problems, because he also has some really interesting things going on. The AI apparently decided to not take a wife until very, very recently, and just had a whole lot of children with our chancellor over the years. I don't know if that's like an intended thing or just something fun that happened while the AI was playing over here, because we were playing over in Colombia. But I think we have the resources with La Vital Felizardo to do some real conquest. We just have so many troops, and 38 martial and 50 prowess means we're definitely going to smash some heads here. Now, all this said, the ambitions of La Vital Felizardo are going to be pretty expensive in order for him to actually manifest. I'm going to guess that the reason the AI didn't make the kingdom title yet is just we don't have a whole lot of income. But of course, that's an AI problem. Like, as soon as we start conquering some kingdoms and then founding this empire, we can make some real money here. But it is going to be expensive, right? 500 gold to found the empire, 250 for each of those kingdoms. We're going to need to see what we can get done in order to meet those economic requirements. But one of the ways we can get there, of course, is by expanding our men-at-arms and then leveraging the men-at-arms to do some real fighting. And we have access to the Band of Youthful Fervor. So this is a special men-at-arms we get access to because of our religion, and we're going to be able to leverage this pretty well, I think, in diplomatic situations, because these guys are 150 instead of 100 per. They're also just generally a little stronger than regular skirmishers, but I just love having the extra men-at-arm strength here, because that's going to do a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to scaring the AI into being a little more compliant with our wishes. But we're going to expand our men-at-arms, and I think we're going to go ahead and raise some folks as raiders, and then we're going to see what we can take from the kingdom of Penwenmapu. The more territory we can take from them, the better, but I think we do want to do some raiding here first, just because we're desperately low on cash in comparison to our long-term economic goals. We're also going to just go ahead and raise these special event troops here. We're going to hold on to these other ones that have men-at-arms, just so that if we need to fight some bigger wars against like Chile or this other Mapuche kingdom here, that we have the resources to push through them, because there's not going to be a lot of resistance down here in southern Patagonia, but of course the real money that we can make from raiding is up here, and having some special event troops around is definitely going to make it a little easier for us. Oh, excellent. This is exactly what we're looking for. So we have started to raid against this kingdom, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and try to drive us off. But unfortunately for them, we have another stack of troops, special event troops, just lying in wait to reinforce. So if they try to engage us, it could go very, very badly, very, very quickly for them. Oh yeah, so we destroyed half of their troops, looks like maybe a third, but that's going to score us a whole bunch of prestige, which is, of course, like one of the most important resources here as nomads. because that's what we use to expand the size of our armies. Oh boy. And we also managed to just get a whole lot of gold from capturing some troops and ransoming people. So now I think we're going to go ahead and create the kingdom title right away. That of course is going to get us a lot of prestige, but of course it's also going to unlock the royal court for us. So I like pushing our prestige as much as possible whenever we're nomads. We're probably not going to break the bank the way that we did with our playthrough in La Plata, but I don't see any reason for us to not try to get a little bit of bonuses here in terms of court grandeur. So any troops that we can catch out on the field out here that we can defeat before we're actually at war, I think it's going to be worth it for us to try to take them out, because that's just a great way to farm prestige as a nomadic kingdom here in CK3, either after the end or just vanilla. It doesn't really matter. Anybody you can fight without being at war is just going to be a colossal amount of prestige, right? 162 prestige right there. Not to mention the fact that we did manage to steal all of their raid loot. Alright, I think it is time for us to begin our holy wars to try to bring Patagonia under Juventud control. So this kingdom of Pem and Mapu, we did defeat their troops earlier, but they've recovered a little bit, but their gold is really negative here, which is going to give them a gigantic penalty on their combat advantage. So we're just going to start the wars, start taking their territory, and then hopefully we'll have a border here with the other Mapuche kingdom, and then we can do some big raids into their territory. But let's push Po and Mapu first, see what we can get done over here with our holy troops. We're also just so much stronger than them that I'm not even going to bother bringing our extra special event cavalry. I think that we want to preserve those for a fiercer fight. And now we're just going to destroy Queen Russa's troops on the field of battle. Boy, between all of our military strength and our incredible commander, it's going to be pretty hard for anybody to stop us, but we'll see how we go from here. I think our own mortality is probably going to be our biggest weakness. Well, it was a pretty easy war here. Press the that was easy button. Now we've got control over this duchy here, and with that, we actually now have a border with this other Mapuche kingdom of Numapu, so we should be able to launch some pretty meaningful and notable raids into their territory, not to mention the fact that they seem to be having some sort of civil war there. Perfect timing for us. Oh, hell yes, this is exactly what we're looking for. We're going to be able to engage somebody again on the field, annihilate their troops, and get an enormous chunk of prestige. This is going to be fantastic. I think we're actually going to destroy both the rebels as well as the loyalists here as they're trying to fight out who's really in charge. We're gonna show them who's really in charge down in Patagonia. Oh yeah, this is going to be really bad for this small Mapuche kingdom down here, but fortunately for them, I don't think that Vital Felizardo is going to be interested in conquering the entirety of the kingdom. We're mostly just getting a whole bunch of gold so that way we can support our expansion southward. Oh baby. Alright, so we have amassed basically an infinite amount of gold here. Alright, so we got our gold situation kind of fixed up, and now it's time for us to go to war against the Calafatists, take control of Patagonia, and use this money to build an empire. So let's go declare war on Lago Argentino. 11,000 troops. Okay, buddy. I think you need to calm down for just a second there, friend. Holy cow, we have so many troops that we can actually probably get this war done without any of our special event troops. Save those for a rainy day. Oh no! So it looks like our pseudo wife Nora has finally died, which is unfortunate because it means that now we don't have a lover, but that's a problem that El Niño que no quiso crecer can fix. Oh yes, so we picked up the Peacemaker perk, which means that now we can actually execute these wars even faster because people will surrender to us at just 90 war score instead of 100. Oh, somebody is trying to kill us? I mean, that's brave and/or insane. It makes sense because these guys down here are trying to survive against our reckless aggression, but I can't imagine that they're gonna get particularly far. Yeah, they're only at 5% success chance. What's the worst that could happen? But you know what? The Shogun down here actually intervened in that holy war most recently, so let's go ahead and drive them out of this territory here. The faster we can spread the Banda Juventud faith, the better. My son, I guess, is trying to scheme against me? Man, Ignacio, what are you doing, friend? Why are you doing this? We will not throw him in jail, not at the moment. I don't know why he's trying to kill us, but it seems like a short-term problem. Oh, yes. All right, so it looks like the other Mapuche kingdom here is trying to drive us off as we're trying to raid them, but this is gonna be really, really bad for them. Oh my god, we annihilated their entire army. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna just finish this this raid out, and then I guess we're gonna declare war on them, because they've managed to sneak their way into Patagonia. See, they took one territory here, and because they took that territory, it makes sense that we'd need to declare war on them. And critically, we can probably do that as a grand raid. I don't know if we've done any grand raids on the channel yet, but grand raids allow you to do a raid against a kingdom, take one territory, but also just take a whole lot of gold. And of course, as I mentioned, we're gonna need a lot of gold as La Vital Felizardo here. Oh, somebody did try to assassinate us. All right, well, I guess we have enough money, hopefully, once we're done with this raid, that we can start employing a little bit more protection against assassinations. Quite rude AI. I don't know who out here is trying to get rid of El Niño que no quiso crecer, but that's very, very rude AI. It's probably this guy. So let's go ahead and just launch a grand raid, show him what's up, and of course by taking this territory, we're gonna take that territory and get 200 gold, which is just A+. Oh yeah, we're gonna really mess them up. They're just gonna trickle troops in and get annihilated. Well, sometimes that's the way it goes here in CK3 after the end. Oh, boom, we can also go ahead and become Consecrate Bloodline yet again. I love seeing it. Alright, there it is. We defeated them in a grand raid. Now we've had all the money we need in order to become the Emperor of Patagonia. But we do still need a little bit more territory, so we're going to have to do some more holy wars here. But I love having the cash on hand. Oh, it was Luisa who was plotting to murder us. I'm kind of astonished. Our wife and our lover has a plus 100 opinion of us. I'm not sure why she was planning on killing us there, but you know, sometimes CK3 is just gonna do what they're gonna do. Let's go ahead and just declare war on Rosa again, and this time we're gonna take her capital, so that should definitely push her down in terms of her real strength for any future wars we need to declare. Holy cow, that was a 7-month holy war. I mean, sometimes that's just the way it goes. March straight through their troops, straight through their capital, use your siege weapons to gain a big advantage and crush people. Oh boy. Well, while La Vital Felizardo has been down here trying to unify whatever we can in Patagonia, it looks like Chile has the same idea. So the animist Catholic Church has been expanding like crazy at the moment. That's a little scary for the heirs of El Niño que no quiso crecer, but we'll see how they do. The animist Catholic Church is going to have a lot of resources to throw at us, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win, because, boy, our army, even after our succession, is still going to be pretty enormous. Alright, so we've unlocked Strategist and Gallant. I don't think we need to stick around for this, because I think what we're going to do here is we're going to pop over and start working on Theologian, because I want to get as much of our territory converted to our religion as quickly as possible. I think we might do it as Scholarship initially, just because I expect that we'll probably have the health necessary to survive for a little longer. But, you know, if we need to switch into Medicine just to help close things out, I'm more than happy to do that. But of course, because we are Juventud, we are now Flicker of Youth old, and we'll see how we do once we become very old. It's gonna be a little tricky for people to keep being excited to serve us, because, you know, this is a faith that prizes youth. Oh boy, so it looks like the holy wars really have begun, and now somebody is trying to declare a holy war here of the animist Catholic faith for this tiny little rump state that we've left behind. It's a little spooky, but, you know, they're not declaring war on us, so it's not that big a deal, right? But it is nice to see that the AI is just happy to declare grand holy wars when they feel like they have the opportunity to. I've definitely fought off a couple of animist crusades for La Pampa in the past, but I love seeing it. Love seeing it. Oh, wait, no! We accidentally seized a little bit of territory within the kingdom, so we're actually going to be a defender here. Well, that's going to be interesting. We'll see how that turns out. Okay, so we're going to try to clear out this territory right here, do a well, we can't do a holy war for both of these duchies at once, so I guess we'll just take a county real fast, and then we'll reposition to defend against Chile and the animist Catholics. Holy mackerel, 11,000? Alright, well this is gonna be a real holy war, I guess. That's gonna be really exciting. 14 months. I think we can defeat these guys once, take a little bit of territory from them, and finish it off in style. We just need 4 more counties inside of Patagonia to found the empire. But of course, because we are going to have to fight off this holy war, we'll see what we can do about gold in the meantime. Oh my god, they have 31,000 troops now, almost 32. Well, that's pretty spooky. We'll see how we do in this holy war, but we are going to try to fight them back. Like, I don't see any reason for us to give up a county just because there's an enormous army on our borders. Alright, the crusade has finally begun. We'll see how we can do here, but I suspect we'll be alright. We got just so many troops. Alright, let's see what our 53 martial command advantage can actually do here. I suspect we're going to have a pretty easy time driving off these crusaders if we can engage them one by one. But oh my god, they have 18,000 troops down there. It's a mite more than what we have. Yes, alright, we are going to be able to get a really nice engagement here, and it looks like we're going to kick off this holy war in style. Lost 1,000 troops, but the enemy here lost 6,000. That is fantastic. Now, of course, some of those are going to be non-replenishable troops that we're going to lose on succession, but it's alright. I don't mind it. We're also going to go ahead and intervene on the behalf of Rosa out here, because I don't want to have to do a holy war against Chile in order for us to get the territory we need to form Patagonia. This is exactly what we're looking for, being able to engage them one at a time. They'll trickle troops in, but given that we are currently crushing them on the battlefield, I'm not afraid of them sending more and more troops off to their death. Oh yes, crushed them, and we got gigantic amounts of prestige here. Excellent. Well, you know, Rosa, we did save your land, but I hope you realize that we were saving your land for ourselves, so let's go ahead and declare another holy war there. Oh, somebody wrote a poem about our victories over Rosa. It looks like it's our daughter, who is also our friend. Alright, awesome. Love to see it. We will absolutely put it on display on our court. Oh, dope. So we've decided now on our own that we can declare great holy wars if we want to. I'm not certain if we're going to be doing that with this first character, El Niño que no quiso crecer, but I like having the option there for the AI. The more chaos that we can leave in our midst, the better. Oh yes. Alright, so as it turns out, we were declaring war on Rosa yet again to take a little bit more territory, and fortunately at the same time, it looks like some vassals inside of Chile decided to try to do the same thing. And now, of course, we get to do my very favorite thing, which is fight as a defender, take a whole bunch of gold, and with that, I think we just need one more territory in order to become the Emperor of Patagonia here. Oh boy, and that other Mapuche kingdom has just kind of collapsed inside of Araucania. So there's going to be some real possibilities for Chile to keep on expanding and potentially threaten this kingdom of Patagonia that we're putting up together down here. Maybe it would make sense for us to launch a grand raid against them just to knock them down a peg. But let's form the empire first. That should be pretty easy. And just like that, 2787, La Banda Juventud is going to form the Empire of Patagonia. Now, of course, that means that there's still a little more expansion that La Banda Juventud can actually execute on their own. I think we're actually going to pause with La Vital Felizardo here. He's done a really great job unifying Patagonia, but I do want to move into Brazil, and I'm actually not sure how long he's going to live here because he's still fine in terms of his health. And this character, because he's just got the fecund trait as well as being athletic and el hijo favorito, it's possible that this character could live like another 20 years, but I want to let the AI do some expansion on its own if it's interested in it. So I think what we're going to do there is just let that character stew, and then we're going to move to Brazil. Now, with the launch of 1.10 in the Wards and Wardens patch, I think what we're gonna do is just play in Brazil until we can bring this all back together and then see where the After the End mod is in regards to updating with that. If in the event that they actually bring over stuff from Wards and Wardens and they get everything settled, I would love to move over to that patch, but I think that this is gonna be quite a lot of work to bring all this back together. So I want to get as much time in there in Brazil as we can. So we're gonna let El Niño que no quiso crecer go ahead and live out the very last of his life with a little bit of control by the AI. But for now, that's Walker. Take care.